Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? So as you know, throughout this week I'm doing Christmas related topics. They are related to counselling as well, and I will be going live across on my Facebook page, Marianne Hanson Counselling Service, to do this video, and you can catch all of the other videos that I've made so far on my Facebook page. I've also been uploading to my TikTok and my Instagram. So I'll leave all the details in the comment section so you can find me on social media. And what I want to talk about today is managing your mental health at Christmas. So Christmas can be stressful, a very stressful time of the year for most people, and that's even if you're not like struggling with, say, depression, anxiety, or a diagnosed mental health condition. It's just the expectations that people have. It's the fact that you sometimes feel pressure to have to go to places, do things. I think in my last video, it might have been yesterday, where I was talking about, some of the pressures on couples, but I've also been talking about just the pressure generally. Even for me, I'm going to see my niece today and her children. I've been out with another one of my nieces, and then another one. I've got pantomimes. There's lots of things I've got coming up that, to be fair, probably a few of them I could do with saying no to. I've said no to quite a lot of things as well, but I think it's because you're doing opposite sometimes of what you want to be doing at the end of the year. So at the beginning of a new year, that's where you've got all the enthusiasm, the excitement, that's where you've got all the energy, because it's like a new year, so you're probably in that mode. Towards the end of the year, you're thinking about the financial situation, you're wanting to just rest, slow things down, but because it's Christmas, you have to pump yourself up. So that can cause stress, and that can cause exacerbate sometimes people's mental health, because if they're in a trying to just rest, trying to manage their depression, trying to manage their anxiety, the last thing they want to be doing is going to Christmas parties. If they've got social anxiety, the last thing they want to be doing is pretending to be happy if they're feeling depressed. So the first thing is it's important for you to prioritize yourself, put your needs first and your mental health needs. You don't have to do or say or act in any way that is going against how you're feeling. It's about being honest. Be honest with your family, with your friends, be honest with your work colleagues. If you don't want to go to the office Christmas party, if you don't want to take part in the Secret Santa and all that sort of stuff, if you don't want to, have a massive big Christmas with extended family, then just be honest. They care about you, really. And so it's about, but even if they, are not happy with that, it's about you prioritizing yourself. It's very important. So I'm just going to give you 5 tips, and these are just some tips that I think might help. The first one is try to access your regular counselling services if possible to get you through the season. If you can't do that, then you can use some strategies that you've been given throughout the year. So it's really important that if you are accessing counselling, most counsellors are going to work up to a certain point. Fair enough, they're not going to be working over part of the Christmas period, but you can try to get an appointment in, or if not, just think about some of the strategies you've already been given and implement them throughout the Christmas period. The second one is, if you feel too overwhelmed, then take time out. If you need to create your own version of Christmas, then do that. Last year, I'm not struggling with mental health, but last year because I'd had a really busy year, the last thing I wanted to do was have a massive Christmas. And with my family, then there's no choice. If you're at my sister's house, it's just crazy, it's chaos. And I just was feeling like I need a break. So I drove to Devon from Birmingham, and went to a Zen jungle retreat for 3 days. And it was brilliant. There was no TV, there was just beautiful scenery. It was just a beautiful retreat. I got to know the people that owned the place. It was bliss. If I had the money, I'd probably go away somewhere and do something like that again this year. So I think it is about you create what you want Christmas to be. It's not about what other people say Christmas should be. I know we have all these adverts, and we have all these heavily promoted, Christmas is about family, Christmas is about food, turkey. I don't even eat turkey, so that's not going to be over Christmas. Even my sister, I don't even think she does turkey. I think she used to do lamb and whatever. You don't have to have Christmas based on what other people tell you it is. Make your own version, especially if you're struggling with mental health. Create what feels right for you. If you have to take time out, if you have to spend time just in a quiet space, then do that. The third thing is to create a plan before you spend the day at your family's home, or even if you're going to be feeling anxious and you're going to be spending time doing your own Christmas. have a plan in your head of how what you're going to do. So maybe you say to yourself that you're going to spend some time just going for a walk and taking time out if things get too much, if it starts to get a bit too noisy. Maybe you say to yourself you're going to push yourself out your comfort zone and you're going to try and maintain being around crowds for as long as you can, and to see how that would feel. Maybe you've got another plan that you're going to have someone call you, or you're going to call them at a specific time, just to, if you're feeling overwhelmed, whatever it is, have a little plan of action so that when things start to get overwhelming, you can put that plan into place. The fourth thing is to continue with your regular well-being habits. This is really key, because what people tend to do is they start to feel stressed and depressed, or however they've been feeling anxious, and then instead of continuing with the well-being habits that they've had throughout the whole of the year, they say, oh, well, it's Christmas, so I'm going to drink a bit more. Oh, it's Christmas, so I'm going to not stop doing my meditation. It's Christmas, so I'm not going to journal. You know, I'm not going to do all of this stuff. But what you have to think about is your mental health plan should continue regardless, whether it's Christmas, whether it's your birthday, whether it's a bank holiday, because the plan is to maintain your mental well-being to a level that you want it to. That's how I see it anyway. So if I'm someone that doesn't matter whether I'm on holiday, doesn't matter what's going on. If there's certain things I do, and that's part of my lifestyle, and that's part of me reducing stress, that's part of me keeping sane and whatever it is, then I'm going to maintain that regardless. So you can still be flexible. It's Christmas, so you're not going to say, you don't have to say I'm not going to drink if you normally just drink a little bit, but you wouldn't say, oh, well, because it's Christmas, I'm on medication and I'm just going to drink a lot more, because you know what the consequences of that will be. And the final thing is, try not to spiral, try not to catastrophize, try not to overthink. So what I mean by that is that, you know, if you've done some of these things, you've had your counselling appointment, you've used some strategies, you've put a plan of action in place, then, you know, it's not about spiraling and thinking, oh, everyone's going to think this of me, and then this is going to happen, and then that's going to happen, and then on Boxing Day I'm going to feel like this, and then in January I'm going to feel like this. You have to stop yourself from spiraling. It's one day. You have to just get through Christmas. So put your plan of action just for Christmas Day, and then try not to kind of be overthinking things the next day and saying, you know, I should have done this. I've ruined it for my family. You know, oh, I left early, so they're going to think this of me. You know, that's really important for you not to do that, because then it would be pointless you putting the plan of action in place in the first place if you're just going to beat yourself up about it afterwards. So I hope you found these videos helpful. I'll put all the information of where you can also contact me in the comments, and also where you can find me on other social media. I'll be going across to do this video live on my Facebook page, and you can join that if you want to. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave your comments and to share this with others. Thank you. Bye.